Hello, Mouth and Mara back again. Time to get to Riften today. First, maybe breakfast around the campfire here. These guys never actually do go back and search the fort, and in fact, if you wait long enough, more bandits will just kind of pop up and take over the fort, and they don't seem to care. It's a mystery. So, salmon steak. Do we have any heavy foods? No, whatever, good enough. Back across the bridge. So it's night for another hour or so till the sun will rise, which is a little bit dangerous because animals could sneak up on me. But with my new Detect Life spell handy, I can run myself out of mana before the animals get to me. Perhaps with that in mind, I'd better also equip another shout, like Kind's Peace. I could also run into vampires at this time of night. Oh, there's 3 people out there, being creepy. Wonder what they're up. Oh, they're the revelers.
You have any meat on you?
I do.
Nice.
Thank you for suggesting that last time.
Need something?
Hail, friend. It's good to see another merry soul enjoying this fine day.
Takes day drinking to a new level.
Ah, but
Yes.
you're tired. Come, share a bottle of hunting brew mead.
Start the day the hunting brew way.
Eastmere's beard, you're one after my own heart. I would love another bottle. This good deed should not go unrewarded. Here, take this.
So another copy of the Charm
Cheers, my
Necklace,
friend. May your
which is
adventures-
still a very useful item. Gives me better carrying capacity. I could be using that now, but I don't really particularly want to. I could have looted a little bit more treasure from that fort, for example, like from that chest I think is unattended at the top of that tower, but not really worthwhile. You can see, of course, because I attacked people before, or animals before, the voice of the sky power is no longer on me. Ah, enemies over there. Red means enemies. These are wolves. As you can see, not really going for me.
So if you're after the elk or is the moose? No, it's not a moose, elk.
They call it elk, yeah. They're definitely not elk, though, or at least not what's called an elk in American English. 2 animals. Yeah, whatever. There's a low chance they have jewelry. I'm not going to go after them. So this is the part where Skyrim really excels. It's a beautiful countryside to wander around and see. You can just go wherever you want. There's dwarven ruins up ahead. That one there, I think it's called like Avonchazel or some other unpronounceable dwarven name. It's useful for this great quest for anybody who's doing smithing. But don't go there directly, just go to Riften first to get the quest. I'll show you the NPC who gives it to you because it's an extremely valuable one, but it won't be good for me doing a non-crafting run. Ooh, something else is fighting up ahead there. Let's get a wolf chasing something.
Is that a person?
Yes. But what? Oh, it might be Maik. Is that Maik? I'll see.
I've never seen him attack before.
I'm not sure if I have or not. It looked like him. It had like the hood and the tail.
Yeah.
I didn't quite dodge there.
Is Maik a criminal?
I was actually saying just the last episode that Maik is the only non-criminal I can think of in all of Skyrim. Although he is a liar.
Well, okay, but everybody's a liar.
It is him again.
Maik does not understand what is so impressive about shouting.
So as I said, a lot of his lines are just jokes about whatever game he's in.
Maik loves the people of Skyrim. Many interesting...
This is a reference to how much better NPC dialogue is in this game compared to previous ones where they just talked about mud crabs all the time.
Maik saw a mud...
And this is also a joke about that?
Horrid creatures. Maik is tired now.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently he'll talk more if you just hang out around him instead of directly interacting, but...
Yes, that's the way to get all of his lines at once, but I'd rather just find them again and again and get them one at a time. Or 3 at a time, I guess.
Yeah.
So here's a quest that you can begin sometime soon. I don't know if you can do it yet. It's an orc stronghold, which you can't get into yet, but this one might let you in. Not high enough level. Later on they'll be besieged by giants, and you can save them from that, and then they'll be jerks to you and demand you go find a Daedra heart from somewhere or other. Really, they're not worth ever requesting for. Orcs are all jerks.
Orcs are all jerks, Khajiit are all criminals, my goodness.
Oh! This guy, like, nobleman, is actually quite willing to get into like a knife fight with a wolf, while his bodyguard stands by and does nothing. That's kind of weird. They never actually make it to their destination. It is tempting to use fury on them and get them all killed off, but I won't do that.
So they're not at the wedding then?
I'm pretty sure they never make it. I've only done that quest line once, though. But yes, Khajiit are all criminals, except for Mike. And orcs are all jerks. And they're also both pretty bad races.
So, what are the good races then?
Good question. Is that another wolf? It's not going after me. Oh, there it is. Good question. So, it depends on whether you're playing a warrior or a mage. So let me just say, first of all, that high elves exist outside the normal hierarchy. A high elf is a fantastic, race for a mage, probably the best. Breton being the only competition. But it's absolute garbage for anything else. It's just offering you absolutely nothing as a warrior. Now, other than that, if you're a warrior character, there's only really two good races. Bretons, again, just because magic resistance is always valuable, and Nords. I can explain in excruciating detail why it is that Nords are basically the best race. But essentially, I would say that all races grant you, some combination of three things. Bonuses to skills, which isn't really that important because ultimately you can get, high-level skills with any kind of character pretty fast. So it maybe gives you an initial game advantage for 1 or 2 levels, but that's about it. Almost Driften. They give you passive defenses, and most of them give you some kind of once per day super spell or super mode. So Khajiit are bad because they basically have none of those things that are any good. Their best skill they get a bonus to is Sneak, which is trivial for anybody to raise up easily. And they don't have any kind of once per day power. They have no kind of defensive bonus whatsoever, so just nothing good there. What they do have is like a useless night vision power, but anybody can see in the dark all the time because there's endless amounts of light all over Skyrim, even when there shouldn't be any. So that's useless. They also have very powerful claw damage. It's true, better than advertised actually. Many people think it's like plus 15 because the game says that, but that's a lie. The wikis.
And stand down if
Yeah.
you want to get into Riften.
So you're never allowed to get in through this gate until you've gone in through the other gate.
North gate. That's it. No. You can
So they
use the
force you to go
north
around to that gate with this unpassable persuade check, but then the north gate has an easy persuade check, so it's all kind of pointless. Just to show you the city's corrupt, I guess. Kind of a railroady way to do it, but whatever. Well, I am not going around through the water there. So Khajiit do have massively powerful claws. Most wikis say that it's like plus 12 damage, but they are wrong. It is in total plus 18 damage, which makes them better than one-handed swords for quite a while in the early game. But they don't benefit from any kind of, perks really, and they don't benefit from spell enhancement or anything like that, and they don't give you any weapon XP. So it's a trap to be using those. You shouldn't do it. You should switch immediately to one-handed weapons if you're a warrior character, and if you're not a warrior character, why are you fighting in melee anyway? Look, something's up there. What's behind that bush? I'm going to equip Detect Life again. I hear... there's a wolf there. And a rabbit. The rabbit apparently counts as an enemy, even though it's not really a threat. So Khajiit are quite possibly the worst race in the game, but they do have some competition. The Imperials are quite possibly also the worst race in the game. Now, for every previous Elder Scrolls game, Imperials were like the talking people. They had like the speech bonuses, they had mercantile bonuses, all their like fluff was about how they're great like merchants and diplomats and whatnot, but in this game for some reason they have none of that anymore. Instead, for no reason, Imperials now have massive restoration, which is not really a great skill for anybody to be specializing in. But they have no synergy with their other skills whatsoever. They're just kind of like all over the map with nothing good. Then they've got no defensive bonuses. They get like a tiny amount of extra gold. It's plus like 6 coins per gold drop, so not at all worth it. The only reason to say they're better than Khajiit... Oh, these are bandits.
Whoops.
Only reason I'd ever say that they are better than Khajiit is that they have like an actually, well, still bad, but usable power. Voice of the Emperor, which calms nearby enemies. So it won't win you a fight, and it only works on humanoids, but I guess it could get you out of a tight spot. Like the one I'm in right now. So, pretty terrible. Now, another bad race would be the Bosmer, the Wood Elves. The only thing that's good about them, really, is that they get a bonus to archery, a big one, which is a hard skill to raise and a very useful one. But that's all they've got. Their once-per-day power is garbage. It charms the animal to fight for you, but you already have this like better shout for that purpose, so who cares about that? Oh, it's a bandit chief. Can I... Jeez. Can I lure these guys to the guards or something like that? They don't seem to be fighting each other, so... Well, maybe they are now. Good. Okay. Finally. I'll just keep that chief frenzied so that I'll be fighting him. And I'm glad that I finally got to, No, not me, not me! I'm glad I got to 25 illusion. That's useful for a perk that I'm going to need. Are these multiple bandit chiefs? Oh yeah, this kind of encounter happens from time to time. That's weird. And very dangerous. But I'll let them slug each other out, slug it out with each other. Okay. So, while I try to fight these guys and not die, So yeah, the lame wood elf power charms an animal once per day, only for 1 minute, so it's barely ever usable, and there's a shout for that purpose anyway, besides the kind one. Worthless. The resistance is a terrible useless resistance to disease and poison. I guess poison isn't worthless, but resisting disease is worthless. Guards, you're gonna help me with these bandits?
Hold there.
Oh no you don't! Oh no you don't! You're not locking me into a conversation while bandits attack me. We'll get back to that part. Almost got it. The horses are going to join the fight. Horses in Skyrim are strangely aggressive. There's a bandit that's stuck. Maybe I'll take that one out. Dodge the arrow, getting close. What kind of fleas do they have in this crazy countryside?
Fleas?
She said like the bite of a flea. As I'm like burning her alive with like twin flamethrowers.
I mean, if you look at the rats and the spiders, you can just imagine fleas.
I'm glad I've never encountered one.
Or maybe you have, and they're just called Charis hunters.
Oh, jeez, that would explain everything. Although the bite of those things is lethal.
I mean,
Oh, this bandit's panicking over me.
that is a very cowardly bandit.
Yeah, they do that sometimes too. Don't know why. I am doing my worst. Hold still and die. So, Bosma are pretty worthless. But, you know, bonus to archery at least does help you get that important skill locked down. Are the guards not helping, just letting the horses fight these things? Okay, I need to avoid accidentally hitting a horse, because then I'll be an outlaw, and the guards will definitely kill me, even if they won't really fight these bandits. Bad items. I could pick these up because I'm so close to town. I've got the carrying capacity necklace. Alright, let's kill the guy around here. Can I... Why is it not letting me... There we go. Bad items. Alright, I need to get these guards back to the gate so they can try to give me a shakedown as I get in. The other bad race in the game... Thank you for all this information about... City. There we go. So this is the shakedown the guy that Hjalti directed you towards.
You need to pay the visitor's tax for the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter? All right.
So this one is so easy that I don't really know why they directed you in the first place. It should have made it challenging so you actually had to deal with the corruption in some way. Alright, so that's that. Welcome to Riften, home of the Thieves Guild, and terrible, smelly sewers, and the whole town is built like a swamp. It's really like a miserable kind of place despite this beautiful countryside. Some important quests here, though. I'll be accosted by like 4 Thieves Guild related people as I try to get in here, which is a nuisance. I just want to sell my stuff.
I mean, weren't we just talking the other day about how suspicious people find you?
Yes, it is true.
The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back.
This is an exposition here. Could have been done better, but it's not bad. We'll meet her later on. She's kind of like the most hated character in Skyrim, other than maybe Elenwen, and both of them are unkillable for no good reason.
I just don't want you to leave. You're the
Now it's suddenly foggy,
only
but it's still early
city in
morning.
a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh?
She's a recruitable follower. Supposedly there's like an unstoppable badass warrior, though she's actually pretty worthless.
I've been
I
adventuring
think I've
across
sacrificed her
Cambria
a
since
few
I was a
times.
fresh-faced young
What
woman,
quest is
barely
that?
able to swing a blade.
Probably Boethia or Mephala. I don't think you've done the Mephala quest, since you must mean the Boethia one.
Probably.
We take her to like the altar and trick her onto it.
Yep.
That's Boethia.
Many
Yeah.
years ago,
Why
I
may I
lost
go
my
for Lydia
blade,
then?
Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that
So
I
if you
was
find that
wasting my
Grimsever
days
weapon,
in
you can
such
then
a
recruit her as a follower. Bizarrely, it's a one-handed weapon where she's a two-handed specialist, so she can't really use it.
But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast.
So she's trying to reform the city, but that
and
plotline
my
never really
fortune
goes
comes from
anywhere,
gratitude
unfortunately.
And trust.
That would be a cool alternative to the Thieves Guild.
To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition.
Not
These
really.
thieves are just rabble. What do you think?
I'm just going to agree with this person, of course.
You know, I'm beginning to respect you.
You are easily duped.
You seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust.
Okay, well, you're
Since we
clearly an
share the
idiot,
same
but the Thieves
opinion,
Guild are also
Let
clearly...
me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild.
Yeah, this is one of their
You
clues
should
about how
be
to join them,
cautious.
but it's pretty easy. Who's
Safe
this person?
travels.
I've never seen Mjolnir
Her
this
best friend,
excited.
possible lover.
The city really You all told me that it isn't this bad everywhere.
This is like one of the
Maybe
only
one day I'll
two
venture out and
like
see if she's
worst
right.
places in Skyrim, along with Markarth. Markarth is fixable. This place not so much, for no good reason.
You and Riften.
Another Thieves Guild kind of guy.
Yeah? Well, I got news for you. There's nothing to see here. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some stranger sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you.
He's kind of a wuss, so it's usually pretty easy to persuade him, but I don't care about him, so yeah, he's not scared of me yet. That's based on your level.
Blackbriars affairs.
Whatever.
Live long.
And here's another Thieves Guild kind of thing going on here. I don't care about any of this stuff. Get out of my way. So here's the marketplace. There's lots of quests you can start.
Oh, thank you. Divine's bless you.
Now he's trying to recruit me for the Thieves Guild.
In your life for all that coin you're carrying, hey lad? I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly. I can tell.
You're also an idiot. Like half of this was earned honestly.
Oh, but that's
I
where
mean,
you're wrong, lad. Wealth
Lady
is my business.
Tunes,
Maybe you'd like a taste.
Tunes.
Some of it was a reward from the Jarl.
Oh, okay. Some.
Actually, we know he almost just gave me weapons, which are then sold for money. That's legitimate. Being an arms dealer is fine.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands are well paid.
Go on.
Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branchay's pocket without him noticing. There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get... We've been contracted to make sure Branchay remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't...
He sounds like an Argonian.
No.
Maybe I'll see who he
We're not
is.
the Dark Brotherhood. We're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days. I'm ready when you are.
Let's find this Branchay person. Oh, there he is. He's not an Argonian, although almost as bad as a Dark Elf. Worse, maybe.
Can I interest you in some fine goods from Morrowind? I may be Dark Elf by birth, but I was raised Argonian. For reasons I'm still trying to discover, I ended up orphaned, then taken in by a kindly Argonian family in Black Marsh. I hope one day to find out what happened to me, how I ended up like that.
Well, there is absolutely no way I am putting this, like, poor peddler who's an orphan in prison for this, like, jerk over here selling fake patent medicine stuff. So, screw this. I'm not joining the Thieves Guild. I'd be completely out of character for Hjalti, who cares about, you know, the downtrodden to do that. Because the Thieves Guild are just robbing the poor around here.
You gonna buy something, or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits.
She's a jerk. You can sell, you know, steal valuable stuff from her store,
I'm
but
out to win
not terribly
friends,
useful.
And I could care less if you're happy about your purchase. The sooner I get out of Skyrim.
Well, let's see if I can
everything
sell her
got
some
on
of the stuff
display,
I'm carrying.
Really.
That is moderately useful. Also moderately useful, but not really worth the amount of money. Let me make sure I've got my Amulet of Zenithar equipped. I do. Good. Let me give a coin to this poor beggar too. Oh, I can't because I already gave one to another one.
The trees.
I do kind of like that line. Everything here is beautiful, but the city is miserable for no good reason.
You gonna stare all day? Just
Alright,
what
so
you
I'll just
see.
try to offload some of this gear that I'm carrying. That is really heavy. And that, and that, and that. She will buy just about anything. It's pretty useful. And that, and these are worthless. And those, and these are also worthless. And that. That, and that, and that. Alright, that's about all the gold she has.
Come back when you're ready to.
Maybe I'll give Branchai some business just to, like, taunt Brynjolf over there some more.
You wish to purchase, just what you
He's also
see.
general goods merchant. Riften has, like, the most general goods merchants of anywhere in Skyrim, so it's very useful for that purpose. He doesn't really sell anything valuable. Just junk items. But he does have money, so you can sell him stuff. So one of those, I don't really need two. Sell the cultist robes. Necklace. Oh, actually, I should be trying to sell off some of these dragon items. Alright, ingots. How do I pick that up? That's worthless. Just try to offload all this stuff. Right, so I was saying Argonians are probably, you know, slightly better than those other races I was talking about, but still absolutely terrible. Here's the blacksmith.
What brings you to Balaman?
He makes you fetch huge numbers of fire assaults for him for a stupid quest. Don't do it. He's also one of like 12 blacksmiths in the game who thinks that he's better than Yorland, wants to prove it. He at least has a better inventory. Yorland's is always terrible. So Argonians are still pretty worthless. For the reason that, you know, their once per day power, people talk about it making you invincible. It does. It just gives you high regeneration, but it's really not high enough to survive a serious attack on Legendary. But at least it's generally useful and can, you know, help you defeat a single opponent. So it's not worthless, it's just overrated. They have bonuses to lockpicking, which is better than Khajiit stuff. They also have slight bonuses to their unarmed strikes. Not enough to really rely on them over a weapon, but enough to win brawls fast. And they can breathe underwater, which is worthless, and they're resistant to disease, which is worthless. So really, they're pretty bad all in all. Alright, there's all these... Oh, Medici's over there. Buy and sell from him.
Anything pleases the eye, don't... See for yourself.
Tempting, but no. I'm really hoping to find an Amulet of Talos, but so far no such luck. I'll just sell off these gems, which are otherwise hard to sell. Speech level up. Sell that too. Water breathing is worthless. Argonians have it, and it's just trash. There's no circumstance in which you really need it.
Well, there is at least one.
We did talk about that quest before, but there's so many potions and amulets and whatnot. It's just so easy to do. And like the spell is easy to come by too.
And honestly, if you take your time and look where you're going, you don't even need any sort of water breathing help.
There's that too. Here's another general goods store, which might again have an Amulet of Talos. I've had bad luck trying to get those so far.
Come on. Welcome to the Pond Prawn.
Catchy, isn't it? In my youth, I was a fisherman. I had a beautiful ship named the Brawny Prawn. But the years have a way of creeping up on you. I ended up selling that ship to open this place. If I had been smarter, I would have kept my boat.
Everybody hates Riften. It's really annoying that you can't fix it up. You can fix most problems in Skyrim. Some of them are, you know, legitimately very complicated and couldn't really be solved by one person. But like in Riften's case, like, the problem is simple and has a simple, violent solution. If you kill Maven Blackfire, everything would be fixed. Just one old woman is the only thing that's making the city awful. And she has no real protection.
Authorities, have you been listening to what I said? They're all dirty. Every one of them.
I wonder that these quest has you beat up this poor guy.
Is to keep your head down and pay off the right.
So definitely not Hjalti's kind of thing. He hates the rich and powerful, and, you know, is ruthless toward other people who are rivals to him, but not, you know, the poor and downtrodden like this fella. Moderately useful, but no amulets of Talos. Oh, another water-breathing necklace. I already have a novelist one of those. Ooh. I want that. What ring am I wearing right now? Yes, I'm going to buy that thing. It's not an amazing amount of resist magic, but any amount is very useful. So I'll pick that up for now. Resist magic is extremely valuable. Let me buy some magic potions too. Been running a little bit low on those. Okay, so things that I can sell off. I don't wear these robes anymore. I have better robes now, but let me focus on selling off the dragon bones and dragon scales and soul gems and dragon claws and book that I've read already. Read that. Spelltome I'll never use. I'll keep that one, I guess. I should read that book at some point soon. Scrolls. Potions. I'll sell off that ring that I'm no longer going to be wearing. Right. Potions. I'll keep one cure disease potion. You want to always have one of those handy. I'll save this when I have a few more things to sell in the future. It's kind of more useful later in the game. I don't have any use for most of these kinds of potions, so I'll sell those. It's not good enough to really keep it around. Yeah, not a big loss there. Okay.
See, what I really wish they had added with Hearthfire is some way to display all the different Dragon Claw keys.
Yes, that would be nice.
At least on one of my characters, I saved every single one, including the golden one, actually. I never returned that. Like, couldn't really do anything with them other than drop them about the floor.
Yeah. I used to spend massive amounts of time in Oblivion carefully arranging, items that couldn't be balanced anywhere, just like one by one, stuffing like display cases full of like hundreds of Welkin stones and things like that until like I close it and like they'd all fly across, light speed.
Oh
But
dear.
here's where the alchemist is, down here.
The placement of their sign in their shop just makes me think of fumes rising from the sewer.
Yes.
Let me know. You here for lessons like Ingen? Or did you wish to... Well, the moisture in the air is better for the ingredients.
I wouldn't think that, but okay.
It isn't every day that you get your hands on
Paint.
fresh
Did you do that question in Oblivion?
No.
Oh, it's a reference to that. So obviously it wouldn't actually exist in this setting, but wow, would you actually drink water out of the canal there? It's like a sewer.
I didn't open this business for browsing. Come in, buy.
I guess he has potions of cure disease handy, but still.
Take a look.
Alright, I don't think I really need anything from him, but I'll check what he's got at least.
He does have a lot of potions of cure disease.
Destruction, that could be useful, but I don't really need it. We'll pick up a few more of these just in case. That could be useful. It's not quite a high enough percent to really justify buying a potion of it just yet, but I will be looking for those in the future. Half the reason I'm playing as a Breton is to have access to more magic resistance, so... Alright, so I don't really need strength much, or vigor, that's pretty worthless. Very rare, but worthless. Or that, or that. Skooma, everybody will deal skooma in this crazy, terrible place. And so that, and that, and that. I don't need that many potions. Do need to keep some around, but not that many. Plentiful healing... Yeah, fine, I'll keep some of the more plentiful ones instead and sell up more of these, just to save more weight. That should be just about good. Alright, so I've offloaded most of my gear. I'm down to a reasonable carrying capacity. So let me wander around town and do a few more quests that I want to start off before I move on with my life.
Right. And before we wander on too far, you have gotten curious. I know this is a Skyrim video, but what is the Painted Troll Fat quest?
Oh, yes. So, in Oblivion, there's this quest you can begin in Cheydinhal, where this painter's gone missing. They mention him as a rumor, pretty much.
Okay.
There's a Temple of Mar. And so he's apparently painted himself into one of his paintings somehow or other, which is the way he used to make them like perfect. He had this magic paintbrush to go inside the paintings. And he had been, for some reason, like painting trolls in there. So he's like trapped and being chased around by the trolls. You gotta kill the trolls and save them. Which drop painted troll fat, because they're not real trolls, they're painted trolls. So it's a unique, special, but worthless ingredient.
Huh.
I don't want to activate that shrine because it'll take away my current Talos blessing, which let me demonstrate last 8 real-time hours, so it's still on me, I believe. Yes, for 3 more hours.
What is it you seek, my child?
This is a stupid question. I can see the emblem of Mara right on the wall there. Whatever.
Mara, who gave mortals the
You can
gift
get
of
married
love.
here later in the
They
game.
might have a hint of eternity.
I don't think that's going to be
Her
Hjalti's kind of
blessings
thing.
many.
His wife would be the kind of person who might know
Is to
about
the true
his
nature
shady
of the
dealings,
gods.
and hard to find somebody who could trust.
Or you could just find somebody equally as shady.
That's true. But he really rather like marry for status and power and wealth. So you need to find some kind of noble woman who's looking for somebody to marry, who could then be killed off for her fortune, something like that.
Nathan Blackbriar.
That's an idea. Although she's married to her son or something like that, it's kind of ambiguous.
Really?
It's probably a misstep, but
Missed that.
it's probably not intended for him to be with her son and her husband. But there's not like saying both. I think just like forgot to correct it. So.
At the foot of the throat.
So this is an amazing quest, one of the most important quests to do in all of Skyrim. My character doesn't know that, so I won't prioritize it, but I'll make sure that I do it at some point. This is that farmer woman Fastred who I met back in Iverstead.
Fastred.
Yeah.
This is the prayer heard. I will entreat Mara on
So I'm not going to
behalf.
prioritize that, but it's very important to do at some point. So I'm also going to hit the palace because the court mage might have useful gear and spells for me. I've had bad luck finding amulets of Talos so far, but that'll turn around at some point. So that's the story of Painted Troll Fats. He would never, of course, find it in Skyrim, and he shouldn't even know it exists because like that was the only case of it ever existing in the whole universe. But yeah. So I was talking about the bad races in Skyrim. Like I've talked about the whole like lowest tier of like unusable ones.
Yes, my lady.
So,
That
no
unpleasant
Chi,
music
Argonians, or
supposedly involved
Orcs.
a
Or
dragon.
Bosmer. Actually, not
It
orcs.
killed
So
several
orcs are
soldiers
mid-tier.
before it departed.
Orcs have no defensive ability, which is bad. But they have one of the better superpowers per day. Berserker raids makes them do double damage and take half damage. And it's usable against all kinds of enemies, so like everybody benefits from that. It's pretty solid. Not amazing, but pretty solid. Dunmer are also kind of in the mid-tier. They have nothing useful offensively. They have a bonus to destruction, which is a hard skill to raise, so that's okay for a mage, I guess. But what's good about them really is they have like an incredibly useful 50% fire resistance. And fire is a very common element, so that's a great thing to have. Here's the court mage. She's befuddled and annoying and sends you on a terrible quest to fetch random items from all across Skyrim. I'm not doing that.
Not much of an errand.
Not for that kind of stupid errand. You have to like fetch like her spoon from like Iris or something like that. And, like,
was she that person?
Yeah, it's terrible. Only novice rope seems too low level to get anything better. Books. Anything useful here? This is a terrible spell. Skyrim really makes 200 weapons pretty bad in general, and this is one case of that. See, for no good reason, a single low-level perk makes the bound sword as good as a Daedric sword, but the bound battle axe is only as good as a glass one. Pretty darn weak. So, weaker in every possible way. I've got that already. I've got that. I think Fear, Fire Rune, Fireball. I don't really want the rune spells. They're not worthless, but I have better things to spend my pre-fight mana on. Healing, Lesser Ward, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Rune. Use Light Muffle I already have. Soul Trap, I won't be using that. Steadfast Ward. I could use a ward spell. Wards are pretty bad, but they do have like a few uses, like stopping shouts, so I'll pick that up. Also a good way to train your restoration. Let me just eat that book here. Okay. Let me demonstrate how that spell works. So, wards are terrible in general. They're a complete trap. Never use them.
Now, where did I put those spiders?
I have a theory about where those spiders are. I'll talk about that in a moment. So, when you cast a ward, it consumes your mana really rapidly. And it consumes it even more rapidly if you use it for its intended purpose, which is blocking spells. That just also eats up more mana. But it will block weak spells that hit this, as long as you've charged it up. But if you haven't charged it up fully or you hit with a strong spell, you get stunned. So it's pretty terrible in every possible way. And of course, like anytime when you're wasting your mana and not doing damage to the enemy, you are falling behind.
I would ask that you maintain a respectable distance from her at all times.
Hey, Jarl!
Welcome to Riften, traveler.
No, it's not giving me any kind of quests. There we go. Let me ask about how they stand in the war, though. And maybe the Thieves Guild.
We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar.
So, like, she's like the stupidest Jarl in the game, and there is a lot of competition for that title.
She's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration.
Yeah, so, of course, she is the Thieves Guild, so...
that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all. While I feel Ulfric's cause is just, my concern is...
She's like a semi-decent person, she's just, like, completely incompetent.
Lives with dark clouds looming overhead. My heart goes out to them. If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold.
She's on the stairs, so she keeps kind of jumping up and down.
Many have died taking up arms for this cause. I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come.
And she's the closest Skyrim comes to having a reasonable Stormcloak Jarl, so they're pretty much all dumb. But she's the dumbest.
I like your robes. Are you a sorcerer?
Isn't this guy usually like a jerk?
No, come to gloat, have we? To poke fun? Because I did something not a soul in this place.
He's like a pro-Imperial guy, so there's split in the family.
Dared to speak my mind. I dared speak of the Empire and the lies that have been spread by Ulfric, the leader of the Stormcloaks. Now my mother's stripped me of my heritage.
She says that she's incarcerated him, but like, he's living in this fancy house, eating like the finest food.
You'll find not all take kindly to Ulfric only cares about one.
Hjalti wants to care about how people, wants to understand how people feel about the war, so he knows which side to take.
King of Skyrim, and steps on anyone that gets in his way. He's begun a rebellion against those that wish to eradicate the worship of Talos, and uses it as his rallying cry. His cause may be true, but the man is a lie. All he holds in his heart is lust for the throne.
I can sympathize with that.
All right, then.
Alright, well that's most of the important stuff down in Riften. Unless you're doing the Thieves Guild question, that's really not a great city to hang out in too much, except for just selling gear. There's an orphanage here. That's something Hjalti would care a little bit about.
Those who shirk their duties will get an extra beating.
The beatings will continue until morale improves.
Yes, and one more thing. I will hear no more talk of adoptions. None of you riffraff is getting adopted, ever. Nobody needs you.
She's
Nobody
like
wants you.
a horrible, horrible jerk for no great in-character reason, but out of character so that you can justify murdering her for the Dark Brotherhood, pretty much. That's like a way to have non-evil characters get involved with them.
Horrible world.
I think it's a pretty, solid choice on the writer's part. Makes it easy to justify non-evil people joining them, or getting involved with them, than considering joining them, or discovering the quest to destroy them. Either way. Busy.
What do you want? You have this being in here.
You really shouldn't be here. Sadly, yes. Even the townsfolk have taken to calling her Grelod the Kind. Her very existence has become something of a running joke.
Oh, that's awful.
Grelod runs this orphanage because she's old and set in her ways and doesn't know any other life. These children need love and comfort. I try, but I'm sorry. You should go. The children aren't up for adoption, and it's cruel to get their hopes up. Besides, Grelod hates visitors. If there's nothing else...
Come to get yourself a kid? You're out of luck. No way Grillad would let any of us get adopted.
I don't know why she hates
Especially
them,
not
but
since
whatever.
Aventus took off. Aventus Aretino. He was sent to live here after his mother died. He escaped, and before he left, he said he was going to do the Black Sacrament.
Wait, what?
You know, to call the Dark Brotherhood.
The Dark
so
Brotherhood.
they'd come and kill old Grillad. Word out on the street is that he went home to Windhelm, and people have heard strange chanting coming from his house. He's really doing it.
Well, now, isn't that interesting?
I do
The
hope
Dark
one day
Brotherhood could be
Father-
useful.
My parents dropped
Unlike
me
the
off here a
thieves.
year ago.
I think you've locked
But
yourself
they're
in the
coming back
courtyard
to
again.
get me.
Excuse me.
I'm really afraid of Grellin. When Aventus escaped, she was so mad. I got double the beatings that day.
Yeah, I'm gonna just test something here. Right. Okay. So that's that dealt with for now. I'll stop by the inn, perhaps, see if they have some sweet rolls. Nobody to steal them. If they get out of town fast enough.
I mean, if you don't want anybody to steal your sweet rolls, maybe you should buy them somewhere other than Riften.
I'll just hit the road fast.
Grab them and go.
My skill in battle is unmatched. Fortunately for you.
He's pretty much right. He's a hireable mage, one of the very few. And he has the sneak skill, so he's very useful. And very, very useful. And he's wearing a depth road to destruction, way above my level. So I would love to hire him, get him killed off, and take his amazing robe, but I can't justify it in character, so I won't.
Who's this strange person standing in the middle of the room?
Maramal, priest of Mara. He's totally nuts.
Certainly we can come to some sort of an understanding. These people must be made aware of the chaos they've sown.
Enough, Maramal. We've all heard of the dragons and their...
He's saying that these people drinking has brought back the dragons.
Yes, there's a clear line.
It makes perfect sense. I mean, I for one don't think it's a coincidence that dragon rhymes with flagon.
Keep the sermons at the temple and let us all sin.
I do like that line.
Yep.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, my lord. If I can 3, in fact. They're my own recipe.
I think Gideon is a town in Black Marsh.
Bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance.
Named after Lucian Lechance from Oblivion.
Blackberry, honey.
He was an assassin in the Dark Brotherhood, so that's why there's Nightshade.
Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended...
That's a tower in Oblivion, in the center of the province.
Dragon's tongue on top. Last and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sudama.
Cliff Racers were these horrible nuisance enemies in Morrowind. It became kind of a joke.
Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both?
He has no food.
If you'll excuse me, I have other things to
Too many witnesses.
Look, a pie.
A pie, indeed.
At the point, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road. Take a look.
So, okay, she has actual food supplies available. So we've got some bread, a honey nut treat, sweet, and honey brew meat. I better stock up on that again. I'm a little bit low on meat right now. But we really are facing like a serious sweet shortage here. And I can't take the apple pie, she won't sell it to me.
Just pick it up without actually putting it in your inventory. Kind of wander upstairs.
There's got to be some way to get the sweet roll. But Mule is watching it. Ooh, a cooking pot. Looking for one of those. Another elsewhere fondue. Excellent. Well, now I'm ready for anything. It's true you're not selling me your apple pies.
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
Alright, so it's time to hit the road and head up north. Back toward Whiterun. But there's some important stops along the way. Oh yeah, so I was going to talk about Redguards next. So Redguards are kind of like either top of the mid-tier or like bottom of the high tier. They've got a not worthless but pretty bad resistance to poison. And then they have like the best superpower in the game. Just it's an unstoppable god mode that gives you infinite stamina, pretty much, which means you can sunlock anybody with endless power attacks. Incredibly strong. Just take down anything in the game with that while it lasts. But I find like passive resistances to be more valuable than like a once per day kind of thing that you can't really rely upon. Especially because that Redguard power is only good against single targets. If there's more than one guy, you can still get chewed up while you're stunning one. So then we get up to the two remaining races. We have Bretons, of course, have their massive magic resistance, and then we have Nords, I would say, are probably the best warrior race in the game. Because they have an amazingly good 50% frost resistance, which is like the most common element in the game, so resisting that is incredibly valuable. They've got great bonuses to combat skills, so do Redguard. Although Redguard also has a bunch of nonsense like destruction for some reason. And then, well, this fort is filled with bandits, I better go around once I find that out. Best of all, they also have a extremely powerful god mode type ability, Battle Cry, which terrifies all enemies around you. Doesn't work on undead, but undead aren't much of a threat. Doesn't work on dwarves, which is the problem, but nothing really works on dwarf machines. Afraid enemies won't even fight back as you kill them, so that power can trivially defeat any foe or foes who aren't completely fear immune. So, amazing superpower once per day, best resistance in the game all the time, and solid skill bonuses. Also, they're tall, which means they go a little bit faster. So Nords, I would say, are overall the best race in the game for a warrior, although Redguards do give them a run for their money, and Bretons are just great for all kinds of characters.
So, hypothetically speaking, you're saying a Nord is best for a warrior, High Elf is best for a mage. What race would you recommend for a spell sword?
I wouldn't recommend being a spell sword, but Breton, actually. They have a bonus to Conjuration, which is very useful. They have, yeah, definitely Breton.
So if you hypothetically wanted to max out every single skill tree there was, you would go with the Breton.
I guess because they're the best overall. So this is the town of Shore's Stone. Shore is the Nord name for Lorcan, the god of humankind who tricked and convinced the other gods to create in the world. It's one of the few useful villages in Skyrim because it has a smith here you can buy and sell things with.
You haven't arrived here looking for work in the mine. It's full of spiders.
I suspect this is where Rylander misplaced those spiders.
When they showed up. I'm worried that they'll come out of the mine looking for food soon. Then we're in even bigger. They're as useless as.
They're standing right there.
A wagon. Gave me some sort of line about keeping.
I mean, at least he's not talking about them behind their backs.
Right.
What's the point in protecting this place if the mine's completely useless?
It's a small town. Hjalti kind of cares.
Keep to your word, and I'll moved right in and made themselves at home. Did it overnight. I'm not even sure exactly where.
Evidence continues to accumulate that it's Wylandria's fault.
Staying in the mine, but who knows how long that will last. If we can't get back into the mine, our town is sunk.
Yes, I need to help these poor people. Alright. Well, frostbite spiders are very dangerous to me. They could kill me in one shot. There's quite a lot of them in there. Oh, a dragon lair up there. I will be hitting that spot later on.
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thuum be taught?
Better activate or get ready Kind's Piece.
Like any skill.
Does that work on spiders?
Yes. Huh. And yes, the Thuum can be taught like in the skill. Any Nord should know that. Nords in the armies used to have that all the time. I'm gonna summon an Atronach out here. Shut up!
Well, I, for one, am glad to know that you're willing to kill the spiders.
It's going to be dangerous. I have like one shot to get them. Oh, it's red and creepy in here, so I can't see very well.
Really?
There's a spider over there. Conjure. There it is. The little guy. Alright, fight each other. Pretty please. Uh-oh. I said fight each other, not me. Oh no. Thank you, Atronach. These are little ones. They won't instantly kill me, but you can see they still take like all my firepower to do anything too. And they're not fighting each other. And the guy who I use it on is now dead, so. Well, if I'm lucky, I can gun down these guys and take on the other ones in the mine a little bit later. But rather than wait to regenerate here where it's slow, I'm just going to step outside for a moment here, just get my mana back in like 1/3 the time, then go back in. They weren't coming up anyway. Oh, they're still kind of seeing me for some reason, but I'll step away from the entrance to the blue side of me. But yeah, for spells, to answer your question, definitely a Breton is the best overall. Magic resistance is useful, and they have bonuses to conjuration, so you can right away get good with bound swords and bound... Oh, it's raining. That's going to be unpleasant. Bound swords and bound bows, once you get the bound bow tome, which is very, very important, actually. The bound bow is one of the best weapons in the game, and there's only one early game tome of it, and it is from a fort somewhere in this area called Fort Amel, so you want to go there and get that tome.
Okay.
One of the most valuable items in the entire game for anybody who's using conjuration for weapons. But you're an idiot who won't even clear the town. Yeah. Get a little bit more mana, then I'll head on in. Alright, in we go. If I can make them fight each other down there, that would be great, but I doubt that I can. I'd also like to use detect magic, or detect life rather, but I can't do that because I cost too much mana. Where are they? So I'll go down this mine. I think the big ones down there at the bottom most just stay put and face each other and can't come up, but it could be wrong. I don't want to risk my life on it. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, it's a big one. Oh, darn it. What? That's clearly an empty space. Yeah, but it blocked my shot. So now I need to walk around here, dodge their poison, which would probably kill me in one shot. Maybe not. I have invested some points in HP. It's going to be some kind of invisible wall blocking me here. You totally hit me. Alright, fight each other. Do it. There we go. Isn't that much better, guys? So they can poison each other, because again, contrary to popular belief, they are not immune to or resistant to frost damage or anything like that. That is just a myth. You can see I regenerate my mana faster now, as if we were actually friends rather than just temporarily lulled enemies. Yeah, I want to check actually if the fear spell works on these guys. I've never really tried it on an animal. How much mana does it cost anyway? Let me just check that. 128. That is expensive because it's an apprentice level spell. That's like all my mana. Alright, forget that. Alright, problem solved. Again, Frostbite Venom is moderately valuable. I could, mine this iron, but that is not Hjalti's kind of thing. So, back up we go. This is all your fault, Wirelandria. Alright, so on to slightly more pressing business. Once I... Oh, there's the door. Is that it? There we go, there's the door. They'll give me some kind of reward, probably money, that'll be useful, I guess. Although I already have more money than I can use. Stupid useless guard.
Nasty little bugger. Gone? Every one of them? Why, that's incredible.
I wonder what it's like to be a British person, where that's like a serious swear word. But nobody seems to treat it like one.
Here, please accept this gift as a token of our gratitude. Looking to protect yourself?
Do I have anything I can sell to this guy? No, not really. Does he have anything I can buy? Not really. Okay.
Don't get... Stone runs in our blood.
I don't know what that means. So, on we go. I'm going to get over to that mining town there, and more importantly up to the dragon roost at the top. Because there's an extremely useful word wall up there. One of the most valuable in the game. Now, in defense of the soldiers who just refused to actually help out with the spiders, saying they had to watch for the enemy, like, this tower was, like, or one area tower was, like, destroyed by enemy attack, apparently, like, right nearby. But still, it's unseemly to be doing nothing. How do I get up to that town? It's sundown. Perhaps instead of leaving the shore zone, let's kind of walk around this area and then make camp for the night here. Don't want to be traveling at night after all. Just going around the side of the mountains here. I know there's a path up somewhere, I just can't remember where exactly it is. Maybe I can get a look out of the surrounding countryside and plan my journey out before heading out tomorrow.
The only mod I use in Skyrim right now is Better Maps, so it actually shows all the pathways.
That sounds very useful.
I love it.
But I did try to play with very few mods. Although I can see that one is harmless, just kind of, putting roads on the map is... Wolves fighting something. Oh, there's the path. Okay, so I didn't need to go up the mountain like that. But this path will lead me up the mountain, where I can get above the clouds and see out across the countryside and plan out my route from there. We go. I'm stuck? What? There we go. You can get stuck on mysterious things, as I've said before, and it can get you killed on Legendary.
Does the mine lead all the way through the mountain, or was that your end goal there?
I believe it does. This is a creepy place. Let me actually use one of those light spells. Again, you don't need to be a Khajiit. Oh, I don't have a light spell. But again, you don't need to be a Khajiit, because I can see everything anyway. What I want to do, though, is turn on Detect Life. Which, again, will not work on undead. No life. Skeletons. That's kind of unsettling. Something moving around up there. Oh, it's a living skeleton. Or, you know what I mean. Well, now. Skeletons. So fragile, but... Oh, I get stuck on my Atronak. Stupid Atronak. Skeletons are no real threat. Even on Legendary. I would like to get up there and maybe do like a turn undead on him, but I don't have the mana for that right now. Chose to do the summon instead. You can get some restoration XP by just healing up like that. Alright. Skeleton cleared out. What can I find in this dismal place? That's some kind of combat book, so I'm not going to read that because I want to boost my combat skills. So it's obviously a major problem that Detect Life does not work on undead, which are a very, very common enemy type, as you've already seen and will continue to see. Oh, I hear one ahead somewhere. Excellent. What just hit me? Trap. Okay, somebody triggered a trap, but not on me. Alright, so I'll ready this. Nope. Okay, one in one hand, one in the other. Turn undead. I'll demonstrate how this works. I'll equip my shout for that purpose. Where is it? Come on. There it is. Does he have a sword? Yes. So it takes a lengthy charge up time, but now the guy is terrified and just run away and be helpless even while I attack him. So very useful, but the long charge up is very dangerous. Alright, that sound effect means that this place has been cleared. Nothing useful, they are just skeletons after all. Alright. So, up near the mountain peak. What a nice place to be. Tum-de-dum-tum. Oh look, steps. I wonder who built the... Oh my gosh, it's a dragon! How totally unexpected. Learn the word! Uh-oh. I've been saving a level up for this kind of purpose. You're supposed to learn the word faster than that. Oh, I can get another one right now. Okay. More health. Oh, I had 3 level ups stored up. I could use some magic too, but more health seems useful right now. I'll invest in magic later. So I have 4 perks. Well, this is a silly time to talk about perks to use, so I will not do that right now. I will instead get off this mountain. Back to where I know there's soldiers who can help me.
But will they help you? That is the question.
That's a question, yes. Oh, you know what I can also do? I can use Elsewhere Fondue. And I can equip Ice Spike. And I could level up and get that improved right now, but I do have more useful things to spend that perk on. As long as you want to sit there on the ground, I'm content to just blast away with them, I guess. Yep, okay, here he comes. Gonna fly this way? You see I can barely damage them myself. Can I scale down this mountain safely in this direction? Maybe. Need to keep cover as best I can. Good. So far, how? That was some bad aim on your part, dragon. Alright, well, Cliff is dangerous, but the dragon is more so. Missed me again. Alright. Of course, if I fell down this cliff, I would be easily instant killed. Where is it? What's it doing? Going for me again? Ouch. What's it? I can't even tell what they're aiming for sometimes. Their aim can be so bad. Ow. Stepped on wrist flames. You can try to use wards against these things, but usually we'll just break and get staggered, then burned up anyway. So, no, I'm going to hide behind this thing. Yes. He realized he didn't even have a shot back there. Alright, let's bring it on. Fight him, dear. Nope. Missed me again. Alright, keep luring him this way. Get behind cover again. This cover is less hefty than I was hoping for, but it'll do. Off I go. Shore's watchtower. He's flying again. Almost got him up to where I need him to go. I might get breathed on here. I am. Oh, good cover. Nope, missed me again. So, again, if you stay at range, you can deal with them and their nonsense pretty effectively. I think I will actually spend one perk on destruction here to level up that spell, so the spell is now half price, which makes it much more. Oh darn, dodge. Fine. Let's see if I care. Oh, I don't want any townspeople getting involved in this fight. They could get. Ah! No, I don't have any cover here. I'm going to take some fire most likely. Oh no, he's fighting somebody else already. Okay. What spell is this that I have? Why is like the random peasant fighting? No! You're gonna die. I don't want you to die. I want the stupid guards to help to die. These guys are so like arrogant. Like, you're outmatched, dragon. Alright. Guards are standing in the way, but the dragon's happily standing right in the middle of all of them. Oh, this is a place where I'm going to show off my new restoration spell, so I can try to save these poor peasants who are getting involved in my fight for no good reason. Get over here. I'm trying to heal you. See if I can keep them alive. Oh good, is she running away? That'd be smart. She's not running away, she's running back in. Alright, let me be like the firefighter around here. Good thing you're tougher than I am. I can barely stand up to this stuff for a half a second. Let me actually spend another perk to get restoration half cost. I wanted that anyway. I don't want to be near his tail. That tail is very dangerous. Who are you going for? Guards, that's okay. It's always okay for you to beat up the guards, just not with the townspeople. I do have an incentive to keep the guards alive so I don't die, but nobody else is either. Soon they'll be grounded. It's not really an area of effect attack, but it can hit you in an area if you were just in the wrong spot. I can't see anything. Smoke really can blind you very fast in this game. Or being on fire for some reason can blind you.
I mean, all the light reflecting right in front of your eyes.
I guess. I guess I'm not an expert at being set on fire, so I don't really know what it's actually like in real life. But I feel like something is off about that.
Maybe it's just the light difference.
Is it? Okay, it's at 1/3 HP now. So now it will not be able to get up again. But I can still breathe on that poor lady there, so I better do what I can to save her. Heal the dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of my, well, it wasn't a huge mistake in the long term, but I was playing Skyrim at my parents' house actually, and my little brother was playing some kind of game next to me. And my horse had just been attacked by wolves, which were attacking at the same time as the dragon. It was this whole mishmash, but I got everybody but the dragon killed.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother's like,
Name redacted.
look at this! I think it was Minecraft actually, must have been building something. So I start casting a healing spell on the horse because the dragon had just attacked, so I knew it would be a couple seconds before it would attack again.
Uh-huh.
And I look at whatever was on my little brother's screen, and I look back, and I had been healing the dragon the whole time.
Oh.
Whoops! But that wasn't on a high difficulty. I think that was just average. I just wanted to play quests without really investing a lot of effort. So in the long term, it didn't make a difference.
This NPC just mentioned Darkwater Crossing, the next town they'll be going to.
What did she say?
Have you ever been to Darkwater Crossing? Terrible name for such a beautiful place. That's also where it mentioned that Ulfric and myself were captured. I have a dragon soul. I could unlock this word wall that I recently learned, but I'd rather not, for reasons that will become clear later on. It is an excellent, excellent word, Aura Whisper here. It reveals, at massive range, better than Tech Life, not just living things, but undead and dwarf machines. Nothing else in the entire game does anything like that. Incredibly valuable. Okay, so there's actually no inn in town, which is weird and silly.
Well, up by the forge. Stay warm there.
Yeah, we're gonna call this sleeping because I should clearly be able to sleep somewhere around here, guys. It just isn't very restful because I'm out in the open. We'll go with that. Eat the evidence of that theft. Alright. So, dragon down. I've got a dragon soul. I have a very useful word that I'll be learning later on. But I want to save that soul in case I don't come across another dragon for a while. If I do come across another dragon, then I'll definitely be using it. I'm just going to fast travel up to the top of the mountain because I've been there before. There's no threats. I just want to get up there, get that chest, get my lookout, and then move on from there. As I said before, I won't fast travel to places I haven't been to before where the roads are unsafe, but here I know there's no possible danger. I could have slept up there. We could also say I slept up there, but that would also be silly. Word wall is fading. What's in the chest? Useless. Pretty bad. Money. Mammoths. How did mammoths get up here? Why is there a forge up here? It's a mystery. There are several mammoth graveyards, kind of like legendary elephant graveyards in the game, but I don't know about this one. Why was the big chest unlocked, but not this one? These are just some of life's mysteries.
Maybe it's family jewelry instead of random armor.
Maybe. So, beautiful view down across Skyrim here. Now, my true next objective is near that spot I'm looking at. Darkwater Crossing is a little bit to the west. There's a ruined fort down there. Let me show you on the map, too. It's further west over here, but it's in that kind of region. It's a pretty bad town. Not much to do there, just like a mining camp.
Now, perhaps you can clarify something for me. In the beginning sequence, it did say you were captured at Darkwater Crossing, correct?
Yes, you were near Darkwater Crossing. It's never clear why Ulfric was there. I guess it is a Stormcloak town, but some of the Imperials grabbed him there. It's one of the many things about the beginning that's never really explored properly the way it ought to be.
Why did they grab you? Because I always thought it was you trying to cross the border, but that doesn't seem...
That's already hundreds of miles in, right?
Yeah.
It's just another thing that they really fumbled the beginning storyline, to be honest. None of it really makes sense. It doesn't make sense why the dragon attacked. It doesn't make any of that stuff. It's just all nonsense, which is unfortunate. I feel like I had to do some not great role-playing for that night where I had to sleep by the forge and climb up and down that mountain in a silly manner. I'm not sure how I could have done it differently. It just wasn't a better round. Alright, that problem is solved. I'll get back to the road and stop doing this silly up and down mountain kind of thing. Going down a mountain while a dragon's attacking you is somewhat more reasonable than it usually would be, but... Oh. So we're back to the road. So I'll hit this road. Let's see if goats have an attack. Oh, fine. Fight you instead. I wanted to make the goat fight the wolf, but...
You can still fury him, see if he attacks you.
I guess I could. It wouldn't be as funny. I'm getting very lucky with him carrying around. One of them is around here somewhere. This seems like a job for Detect Life. There it is. I love that spell. It's just so handy to know when where enemies are nearby. And Aura Whisper is even better for that purpose. I just like don't want to spend that soul when souls are in such short supply. Nope. Destruction level up. Good. So I'm finally getting a lot of my magic skills up to the critical 25 level, where I can get 2 perks into them to learn or to have the cost of some very useful spells. I want to do that soon for Restoration, but my Restoration is still level 24, I think. I also want to do it for Illusion, and in fact, how many perks do I have? Okay, I really want to do it for Restoration, but I also want to do it for Illusion, which is going to be important too. I think at level 7 I will have 3 total perks. I'll put 2 of those into Illusion. Another wolf! So many wolves!
Fury!
Get out of the way, goat! Or wolf, there we go. Fight it! Battle to the death! The wolf is just confused. Get back here, you! Oh, fine. I don't even know what's happening anymore.
Angry animals.
Oh, more wolves. Am I going to attack my wolves from behind? Guess we'll see. You guys can fight each other, and goat's going for me. Bring it on! Oh, it died.
Oh.
That's lame. Alright, where's it? I'm not really far enough away, it could probably pounce on me. Unless it... No, it ran away around in the circle like an idiot. Oh, something else is up there. I wonder what that could be. Another wolf. How many of these things are there? Alright. You first. It's running away. Knows what's good for it. I guess coming up ahead here is another Imperial camp. This would be the, I think this hold they're going to is East March. It's Ulfric's personal hold, so this would be the East March Imperial camp, but she somehow has failed to root out, even though it's in like the eastern part of his hold even, which would be the maximally easy to defend one. But whatever, he's kind of an idiot. I have lost my way though. I'm trying to get to Darkwater Crossing, then back to Whiterun. And I thought there was a road fork somewhere around here. I may need to cut across country. Nope. More enemies. Frostbite spiders. No, do not fight me right now. This is not... Okay. There we go. So it's like a 4-way brawl, like goats, wolves, and this thief is going to mug me later on. Or so he thinks. I might already be in combat with him now. I'm not sure if it counts until he tries to mug me. Oh, he's a Dunmer. No, I don't have a better summon for that purpose, but I will maybe switch to my Sparks spell. Taking some heavy damage. So when he's already critically injured and to see me summon like fire demons, he's still going to try to mug me. This guy is hardcore.
Or maybe just down on his luck, so desperate for money, the poor and downtrodden that your character cares about after all.
Yeah, but he's... Oh no, he's definitely trying to kill me. So, usually he'll try to mug you, then you'll refuse, and then he'll try to kill you. But like, now he's just going for it. Alright, well that... Another problem solved. Now that I've seen what the Thieves go to like, I don't really have much sympathy for people like him. Well, they call it a mage hood, but it's not, apparently. Was there still no fork to the... Come on, I'm sure there's one around here somewhere. We're heading west now. There's a strange mound there. How odd. Is that a... It's a saber cat, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've been afraid of this whole time. I'm now high enough level for them to appear naturally. Stormcloaks have just killed something over here. Don't know what it is. It's a mere pack of wolves. That's not a threat. The saber cat, though, is terrifying. It can outrun me at a sprint. It can instant kill me. And I don't have anywhere near enough firepower to bring it down. I do have the Kind's P shot, but if it comes on me from behind, that's just it. Alright, so at this point I'm just having to cut across country because I can't find the path to Darkwater Crossing, which I was told about. There it is. Keeping an eye on it. Always keeping an eye on it. So moving on toward another important place that I wanted to get along this road, which I know does exist, but I just can't seem to find for some reason. Oh, wolves and a giant. That's also dangerous. I'll give him a wide berth as I walk through these ruins here.
I mean, the poor guy just lost his mammoth.
He did. Yeah, so we see, numerous glimpses that giants are actually, compassionate and, if not friendly, at least reasonably so, critters. Oh no! Alright, Saber Cat. So, this is why I have that kind shout. I hear a dragon and I see another Saber Cat. This is the worst day ever. There's a dragon. I am not dealing with that stuff right now.
You brought him through that water?
Just to get away from a Saber Cat? Yeah, anything. The dead are rising too. This is an unpleasant day.
I mean, you did cross country. What did you think was going to happen? Looks like you are headed for a stone, though.
Yes, this is one of the most important things I wanted to get to in the game. So there are many standing stones across Skyrim that I've mentioned a few of before, and this one right here is by far the best one for most characters. There are some later game alternatives. So it sounds bad, recovering magicka more slowly, but I'll show you why it's not really that bad. So, let me look at this. You get, where's Atronach Stone? Magic regenerates 50% slower. Sounds awful. It isn't awful though. It's not like X 50% magicka. It's minus 50% to your magic regeneration rate. But I already have some bonuses there, like this one. So it's like plus 50%, minus 50%. Comes out to just be neutral. Meanwhile, it's giving me bonus magicka, which also makes me get magicka back faster, and it makes me regenerate it from spells and magic and things like that too. So, it's an incredibly powerful spell, or effect. Warriors love it, because they don't cast spells anyway, so for them it's just like 50% resistant to magic, pretty much. Should I fight that dragon? Yeah, I'm a dragon slaying machine. Somebody's fighting a fire demon over there, I better find out what's going on. Oh, some mage is fighting. Ah, and the dragon's swooping in. Well, this is going to be exciting. Alright. I don't still have Elsewhere fondue on me, do I?
I think you made some.
I have more to spare me. I just want to know, like, it has worn off.
Gotcha.
Alright. Is it going to breathe fire or ice? They're all attacking it. That's good.
What spell is that you have equipped?
Ice Spike.
Oh.
The long-range destruction one? Yeah. Right. Why is he fighting a deer? He's knifing this deer in the face repeatedly. Why is this his priority when this dragon is on the loose? Alright, but now that I have the Atronach Stone, I am much more resistant to dragon fire than I was before. Did I really miss that thing? Yeah, I guess I did. This Atronach up there is also less of a threat to me because I can take it out from long range with my ice spells, which is weak too. There's like a 5 or 6 sided brawl already. I love how many sides fights can quickly get in Skyrim. That's a lot of fun for me. Oblivion had that from time to time with like 2 or 3 sides in a fight, but it was rare, and not me. Go for literally anybody but me. I don't have anywhere good to run, do I? Good thing this tree stopped that fireball. I would have been in some trouble there. Alright, he killed the deer. Maybe he'll focus on something important now. Where is it? Behind the wall, so you can't get me. Took forever to climb up that little hill there. So it's being it's really the most inefficient dragon I've seen in quite a while, and I've seen a few. No, I don't like that. I'm going away. Even though I am 50% resistant to it now. But I had to run near the enemy to do that. Nope, missed me. So out of character, what I really want to do now at this point. I hope you're not talking to me. You are talking to me. You are insane. 25. You're really doing this, aren't you? The dragon is overhead and you're trying to kill me. Alright, you know what? Get over here. We'll finish this. You have your own fire demons attacking you, a dragon's attacking you, and you're trying to kill me. Alright. Jeez. You had it coming. Where's that flame atronac? There it is. Yeah, it's going for me now, too. Alright. The flame atronac can wait. The dragon's the priority, I guess. So what I want to do now is lure it to a giant camp, because giants are a serious threat to dragons at this level, although not later. Is it going to try and go for me? Yes. So I'll run back and forth in the zigzag pattern. Dodge it. You missed me again. Dragon, you're terrible at this. Fox, protect me. Giant camp. Well, Hjalti's in... They're so fast. They're like stupid, but they're so fast. Getting into the water does not help as much as I was hoping for there. Having half-cost restoration is very helpful at this point, as you've seen. And again, taking half damage from it, also very helpful. But... no! I'm tired of fighting everything except this dragon. Where is it? What's it fighting? It's fighting something other than me. That's nice. Probably some hapless woodland animal like a... Do you not see the dragon? Get lost! Alright, now the dragon is going to fight the wolf. Where's the giant's going for it? This is what I was hoping for. Okay, now we've got this. It'll take a long time, but the giant will be able to... Fine. Conserve my mana. The giant may be enemies with me now too for some reason, which happens when like they get into a fight in general. But usually they're pretty peaceful. I said to make sure it doesn't go for me at any point because it will kill me effortlessly. Oh, it's slow because it hit with a frost spell, so that's why it's swooping at like a silly slow speed. Some other kind of enemies over there too. No, not me. No! Again, what does everybody have against Hjalti?
I mean, how many enemies have you fought in the last 5 minutes?
I hope it'll land and the giant will go for it and everything will go back the way it should be. Nope, it's going for me again. Alright, got cover.
Perhaps you could Fury one of them?
Fury, good point there. So Fury does not work on dragons at any level. There's no way to use any kind of illusion spell whatsoever on dragons. They're completely and totally immune. Just another case of how as a mage you gotta have many tools available because no one will solve every problem. Giants are Furyable, but the problem is it already hates me. Making it furious won't help with that fundamental issue. And it's also too high level. I need a much better Fury type spell. That's one reason I need 2 illusion perks, by the way, so I can get dual casting for illusion, which will let me hit higher level enemies. I'll talk about the detailed mechanics of that in a session or 2 when I do that. Right.
And for somebody who never uses magic, for leveling your magic spells, is it a new spell for each tier, or does your spell just become more effective as you level up?
Oh, your spell is always the same. Good question. And you get new spells at every... The giant's still going for me. What did I ever do to you? Dragon, land behind me and stop him. Ah. Oh yeah, he's immune to that. There's something else up here too? Some other kind of new threat? More giants, which are also enemies with me. Stop it! Hjalti is not having the best day here.
Poor guy is running in circles.
Yes. But out of character is a good day because I get the second Dragon Soul, which is what I was hoping for, so I can get Aura Whisper and have a soul left over for the thing that I really need soon. Oh, there's another mage fighting another... Oh, that guy is toast. It's gonna be hilarious. Let's watch that. If only I had like the... I wish I had the zoom in perk, but... He's surprisingly tough. Again, because it's legendary. If it wasn't legendary, the guy would be dead multiple times over, but NPCs do fractional damage to each other. The dragon is close to being grounded. The giants you'll see if I tried to attack them to be barely injured. Can I get some cover? No, that's not cover. This is also not cover. The dragon's flying away. He'll be grounded soon. That... Oh. He flapped yourself and just barely went under his leg. Alright, fine. Well, there's a witch or something like that over here who the giant might or not have killed. I guess we'll find out. But I'm gonna close in and keep this up.
Is he attacking the mammoth?
He's attacking the mammoth now. That is like a mammoth mistake. So mammoths are a very important natural resource. Because they have grand souls. So if you're doing any kind of enchanting, you love mammoths. They're the game's best source of grand souls. But for me, not doing any casting, they're not terribly useful. Or not doing any enchanting, that is. They're not terribly useful.
Jesus Road. You know, I don't know if I've ever actually discovered this place.
You've done the Sanguine quest, right?
Possibly.
Where you marry a hag raven? She's here.
I don't remember that, actually.
Oh, okay, well, that's what happens. You married a hag raven because you're so drunk, and you end up that.
Oh, never mind, I have done that one.
Yes. Yep, they're all trying to kill me. Well, I can test something important here. Does Kind's piece work on mammoths? Nope. Okay, good to know. Alright, I'm gonna resume my fleeing in terror. So mammoths are actually less dangerous than giants, ultimately. They're kind of slower, despite, elephants being pretty fast. You can outrun a giant as it is, but it's with some difficulty, whereas mammoths you can outrun easily. They are tougher, but giants do much more damage. It's famous how easily giants kill you in one shot and will send you rocketing up into the sky, see Skyrim for hundreds of miles around. Mammoths won't do that. They do heavy melee damage, but not unsurvivable melee damage. Neither of them is a serious threat if you're determined to kill them, because they have no range capabilities whatsoever, so you can just keep running back and hitting them and running back and hitting them. But I have no real quarrel with them. So.
Is that the chest? To the right a little bit.
To the right.
That was the left.
No, that's definitely to my right.
Well, no, you turned to the left at first, and then.
There is a chest up here, but it's over there. So here's another word wall. Moderately useful. I might consider that one. Wait, am I? Yes, I am. Okay. So, another word wall. This one's for a terrible, terrible shout. Our first combat shout. All the combat shouts are just awful, and this one is probably the single worst one in the game. But Hjalti is exhausted and a little bit too worn out to be feeling exhilarated after having killed a dragon and a witch and all kinds of other crazy stuff. So he's gonna just eat a bunch of things, have a lot to drink, sugar. I am low on meat, and Hjalti can rest a bit, and that's where we'll end this episode. Went a bit off the rails today, but I killed 2 dragons and got some important power-ups. Have a great day, everyone.